Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking through a couple player props I like for today's MLB slate on Monday, July the 17th. We got 10 MLB games today, so a relatively big slate. I got two props I want to share with you guys in this video. Taking a first look at the board around 10:30 Eastern time in the morning when I'm recording this video. Found two plays I like, two strikeout props that we're going to talk about in this video. So before we do talk through these two plays, as always, if you guys do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, and if they do help you out, please hit that like button down below. I always do appreciate the likes, guys. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And if you guys are new to Prizepicks, if you have never checked out Prizepicks before, you can sign up for Prizepicks and use my promo code Noah. You will get your first deposit matched up to $100 when you sign up for Prizepicks with my promo code. So be sure to check them out if you have not yet. Also, we are now partnered up with Sleeper. If you guys have never checked out Sleeper before, you can sign up for Sleeper as well. Use promo code Noah over on Sleeper. Get your first deposit matched up to $100 over there. Sleeper, they have an app both on the iPhone and Android, so whatever device you have, download their app off the App Store. Unfortunately, right now, at least at the moment, they don't have a web version of their site, but they do have an app. You download that, sign up, use that code Noah. You get your first deposit matched up to $100 over on Sleeper. And for those of you that have never checked out Sleeper before, they're a little bit different. They offer a dynamic payout, so it's not like a flat payout. It's the odds, or your payouts, I should say, will change based on what picks you take. So if if an over is heavily favored to win, if it has a high chance of hitting, you might only get like a 1.5 or 1.6x multiplier for that play. But if the under doesn't have a very high chance of hitting, then Sleeper might entice you with like a 2.5 or a 3x multiplier. So you can kind of play different props. Like you could take home run props over on Sleeper. You could take a guy to hit a home run and get like a 4x multiplier for that one pick. You could take you can make a two pick entry, take two guys with like a 4x multiplier. You could get a 16x payout on a two pick entry. You can do that over on Sleeper. Sleeper offers a lot of different builds you can make. You can make up to an 8-pick entry over there. You can win up to 100x your money. So it's definitely one of those sites where you can win some big payouts. If you're one of those people that likes to chase those big payouts, highly recommend you check out Sleeper. Take a look at all the props they have for MLB. They do offer other sports as well, like NFL, NBA. I'm pretty sure they offer college football as well. Some of the, a lot of the big name sports. Right now, it's kind of a slower time for sports, but we'll be getting back into NFL, NBA in the next few months here. And I'm sure when NFL season comes around, when NBA season comes around, we'll be talking a lot more about Sleeper. Might even be making some Sleeper specific videos on the channel. So again, guys, check them out. Use that code Noah. If you have not yet, sign up for Sleeper. Get your first deposit matched up to $100. But let's go ahead and talk through this Prizepicks slate. Talk through the two picks I do like for Prizepicks today. Two strikeout props I'm liking. The first one we're going to talk about, Brandon Williamson, 4.5 strikeouts. We're going to be taking the under here for Williamson, less than 4.5 strikeouts. Now, so far this season, Brandon Williamson, not really a pitcher that has shown much strikeout upside. Over his last 5 starts, he's only gone over this in 2 out of his last 5 starts. They were both, he barely went over. He had 5 Ks against San Diego, 5 Ks against Colorado. He's made 10 starts this season for the Reds. He's gone under this line in 6 out of his 10 starts. And if you look at the starts this season where he has gotten at least 5 strikeouts, besides the matchup against the Padres, he's had some good matchups where he's gotten 5 Ks. So when he got 5 Ks, besides the Padres, he faced the Rockies. The Rockies have been one of the highest strikeout rate teams in the league against left-handed pitching this season. Then he got 6 Ks against the Brewers. The Brewers are one of the easiest matchups for lefties. They strike out a ton against left-handed pitching. And then he faced the Rockies again, or he faced the Rockies in his first start, had 6 Ks in that start. As we just mentioned, the Rockies have been striking out a ton against left-handed pitching this season. So 3 out of the 4 starts this season where he's gone over this line have been really good matchups against the Rockies and against the Brewers. The other 6 starts he's made this season, he's had 4 Ks or less. He's not really showing much strikeout upside. Like I said, if you look at this K rate this season, he has just a 19% K rate. And this is not the easiest matchup for strikeouts. If you do look this season where the Giants rank in terms of strikeout rate, they do have a top 10 K rate against left-handed pitching this season. They do rank 8th in terms of strikeout rate, or 24.5%. But if you look at a more recent sample, if you look over the last 30 days, the Giants haven't been striking out nearly as much against left-handed pitching. They actually rank 25th in strikeout rate, just a 20.7% K rate versus lefties over the last 30 days. You look at their projected lineup and like the strikeout rates for the hitters in this lineup, pretty much every hitter besides Michael Conforto and Brandon Crawford has been striking out below league average. Just 18% K rate for Slater, 17% for Wilmer Flores, 22% for J.D. Davis, 15% for Bailey, 3% for Matos, 22% for Yastrzemski, and then 16% for Schmidt. The two high strikeout bats in this lineup are Michael Conforto and Brandon Crawford. Those are both lefties. I don't know if they'll even be in the lineup against a left-handed pitcher. They might, but there's a possibility that they won't be. So I like this under quite a bit for Williamson. It's not the easiest matchup. He's not a pitcher that gets a ton of strikeouts anyway. Plus, there's some weather in this game. There's a chance this game, there could be some rain that comes into this game, like in the middle innings. Like if we get to like the 4th or 5th inning and it starts raining, and that could cause Williamson to maybe come out of the game even earlier than he normally would. The forecast does have a big chance of being rain kind of all throughout the game. So a lot of negatives here working against Brandon Williamson. Also, if you look at DK Sportsbook right now, Williamson is favored to go under this line, minus 135 to go under 4.5 strikeouts. So the odds are good here. A lot of the stats I look at in terms of his strikeout rate, the matchup as well, I don't really like this matchup for Williamson. I don't think this is a matchup where he should really get a ton of strikeouts either. So I'll take this under at 4.5 Ks for Williamson. If this does get bumped down to 4, I don't like it as much at 4. Hopefully by the time you're watching this video, this line will still be at 4.5. You can get this at 4.5 because I do like it at 4.5. I think there is a chance that Williamson could finish with 4 Ks. And again, if his line bumps down to 4 and he finishes with 4, then it's just a push. I don't like to play for pushes, so I like getting this line at 4.5. This is why I think this under looks very enticing at 4.5. But the other play that I like, another strikeout prop, we're going to be taking an over here. Going to look at Jesus Luzardo, 6 strikeouts. Take him to go more than 6 Ks. Luzardo's been pitching really well this season, been pitching really well as of late. Prior to the All-Star break, he had gone over this line in 4 straight starts. Had 9 Ks against Pittsburgh, 9 against Boston. This same matchup against St. Louis, he got 8 Ks and then 9 Ks against Philly. I mean, he's just been striking out a ton of hitters lately. He has one of the higher strikeout rates in the league among starting pitchers. You look at his K rate so far this season, Luzardo has a near 30% strikeout rate. He's striking out right-handed hitters at a 28% clip. He's striking out left-handed hitters at an over 32% clip. And you would think like this matchup against the Cardinals is not that great, but the Cardinals this season against left-handed pitching have actually been striking out a good amount. For the season, if you look, for the full season, the Cardinals actually do have the 10th highest K rate against lefties, 23.8%. And if you look at a more recent sample, you look over the last 30 days, they've been striking out even more against left-handed pitching. 4th highest K rate, 27.7% over the last 30 days for the Cardinals. We just saw Luzardo face the Cardinals in one of his recent starts. Again, he did rack up 8 strikeouts in that start. He's just been a good strikeout pitcher this season. He's shown a lot of strikeout upside, has a K rate near 30%. There's plenty of strikeouts to be had in this Cardinals lineup. I mean, you look at their projected lineup for today. 23% K rate for Jordan Walker, 29% for Contreras, 30% for Paul DeJong, 29% for Nootbaar. Those are the guys that really strike out. You're not going to get a ton of strikeouts from like Arenado and Goldschmidt and Carlson. Those guys don't strike out a ton, but there's 4 hitters in this lineup with above average K rates against lefties. And a guy like Luzardo, he has good enough stuff that he can still strike out guys like Arenado and Goldschmidt, even though those guys aren't as high K bats against lefties. So matchup here I think is really good. Luzardo's been great this season, been pitching great as of late, showing good strikeout stuff. You look at DK Sportsbook right now, his line, it is set at 6.5. It is favoring the under. That's why Prizepicks did bump this down to 6. I like getting this at 6 though. I think there's a chance this could be a push. I said earlier I don't like playing for pushes, but I feel like this is one of those scenarios where a push like for Luzardo would be kind of like worst case scenario. If you look at the 19 starts he has made this season, he's had at least 6 strikeouts in 13 out of his 19 starts this season. So he's gotten at least 6 Ks in a large majority of his starts. If he gets 6 Ks, then it's a push, it's whatever. But I feel like more times than not, he probably gets 7 Ks or more. That's why I like getting this line at 6. I think it's different when you're taking an under and the line gets bumped down versus when you like an over and the line gets bumped up. Like when you like an over and you're getting it at a flat line, that's one of those scenarios where I think you're kind of the push is not like that bad. Whereas for like Williamson, if you take the under on 4, I don't like that nearly as much as taking the under on 4.5. Whereas with Luzardo at 6, if he gets 6, it's not like it's not a complete loss. If he goes over, obviously it's a win. If Williamson goes under, that's a win too. Under 4.5, I should say. If Williamson gets 4, then it's not as good if you took that line at 4. So I know that was kind of confusing, but I don't mind taking overs on players. Like, I don't mind taking an over on a flat line, if that makes sense. So, for example, Luzardo at 6, I don't mind taking an over on that because I feel like more times than not, he probably gets like 7 Ks or more. If he gets 6, it's not the worst case scenario. Whereas with Williamson, if I'm taking an under, I try and get those unders, with hooks, I should say. I wouldn't like the under on Williamson as much at 4 if that line were to get bumped down. But these are the 2 props I like for today, guys. I know that was kind of confusing, but these are the 2 props I'm liking for today. Brandon Williamson, less than 4.5 strikeouts, and then Jesus Luzardo, more than 6 strikeouts. 2 strikeout props I'm liking. Probably be sharing a few more plays for today over on Patreon, like I always do. Probably give out a few more Prizepicks plays. I'll probably share a sleeper entry over on Patreon as well. If you guys are not signed up for Sleeper yet, again, you can sign up, use that promo code NOAH, get your first deposit matched up to $100 when you sign up for Sleeper with my promo code. Check them out if you have not yet. Also, if you never signed up for Prizepicks, if you sign up for Prizepicks, use that promo code NOAH as well. Get your first deposit matched up to $100 when you sign up for Prizepicks with my promo code. But that's all that I got for today, guys. Wish you the best of luck on this Monday slate. Hopefully we can all win some money tonight, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.